YouTube, Dark Richician of Team Sorcerers here, and I'm coming at you today with a deck profile for my GOAT format Dark Magician deck. It was requested that the GOAT decks that were used in last week's Royal Rumble would be profiled. I'm starting with mine. I shall try and get the other two tomorrow, if possible. But here's mine for now. I mean, mine's simply a GOAT deck with Dark Magician cards thrown into it, although the deck is meant to be Dark Magician. By the way, before I begin, I made another past format deck, which is my March 2012 Dark Magician Hero deck. That'll be profiled at a later date once I've done some duels. Same with Destiny Heroes, which are making a comeback. This is a core which I got off Gamer Central. Again, I'll profile that once I've shown some duels, but for now, here's the GOAT deck, starting with one Dark Magician. Yeah, basically, up until the summer of 2008, I only ever played one Dark Magician in my deck, which is strange, I know, but I kind of fancied myself as Yugi in a way, and he's my favourite card, and I felt like playing one would make him special, I guess. I don't know. That was the strange logic behind it. Dark Magician Girl, and then finally 3 copies of Skilled Dark Magician. They're the Dark Magician specific cards. For other stuff, Air Knight Parshaf, Break the Magical Warrior, Tribe Infecting Virus, DD Warrior Lady, Cyberjar, one of my favourite banned cards, Old Vindictive Magician, 2 copies of Apprentice Magician, only 2 because at the time this was semi-limited and I don't actually remember why it was. And then 2 copies of Magician of Faith in odd rarities. I cry. 1 common, 1 shatterfoil. And then Sinister Serpent, Night Assailant, and Waterpon, because A, only real men use Waterpon, and B, with the amount of draw cards I play in here, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, and Card Destruction, figured it would make sense to play him or her, and Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning. That rounds up the monsters. For the spells, I have Card Destruction, because the high level monsters can be a brick. Graceful Charity, Heavy Storm, 2 copies of Metamorphosis, a Pot of Greed, my original Pot of Greed, by the way, hence the not so great condition. Yeah, I've had this for a long time, as you can probably tell. I actually pulled this from a pack, believe it or not. This was the very first rare I ever got, and I pulled it from a Spell Ruler pack. And Smashing Ground, Swords of Revealing Light, Mask of the Accursed, which is something I randomly teched at the time to stop a monster attacking and burning the opponent for 500, Premature Burial, Snatch Steal, Book of Moon, MST, Scapegoat, although it wasn't free at the time, I only had 1, I think. I don't remember if I ever played it. I don't know, it's been a long time, as you can appreciate. And for the traps, I have Dust Tornado, Magic Cylinder, Mirror Force, Sakuratsu Armor, I thought I had two there, Windstorm of Antiqua, a Barrel Behind the Door, which back in the day I ran to specifically counter Ring of Destruction, because for those who don't know, I used to absolutely hate Ring of Destruction before it got errated. It was one of my two most hated cards of all time. The other one being Chaos Emperor Dragon, and just it was so annoying when the opponent would win in a cheap way by going during your draw phase Ring of Destruction for game. So yeah, it annoyed me so much that I decided to play this, although it does help against other burn cards, like Magic Cylinder. Wave Motion Cannon not so much, because rather annoyingly there's this rule where it can't stop damage that's basically stacked, so something like Wave Motion Cannon, for instance, whereas it only works on something that inflicts specific damage, like Ring and Cylinder does. Yeah, that makes sense. And finally, Call of the Haunted. And now for the Fusion deck, that's what it was called back then. All of which are cards I can only bring out with Metamorphosis, of course. Twin-headed Thunder Dragon, because, well, I do have a level 7, and you know, I can turn Dark Magician into this, or Thousand Dragon, for whatever reason. Maybe just for a joke, or if he'd get stuck under something like Nightmare Wheel, I don't know. Then Dark Blade the Dragon Knight. Actually, maybe I should run over the effects of some of these. Dark Blade the Dragon Knight is a fusion version of Kaiku, only it lets me banish, or should I say remove from play, up to 3 monsters from the opponent's graveyard. Ryo Senshi is something that's very pricey and hard to get, interestingly. And this guy is lets me negate a trap by paying £1,000, and it negates a spell that targets this card. Or in the case of this wording, also negates the effect of a magic card that specifically designates this card as a target and destroys it. Or is it just spells that target and destroy? I don't know, that situation never came up. So yeah, there's that. There's also Metal Dragon, because why not? Which is actually in the wrong place of my fusion deck. Dark Bolter the Terrible, sort of a love-hate card from back in the day. This one negates a normal spell by paying £1,000, and it negates the effects of any monsters that this card destroys, so Sangan, Battle Searchers like Mystic Tomato, and then Fiend Skull Dragon. I'm just going to put that there. And Fiend Skull Dragon is Fiend Skull Dragon negates flip effects, and it negates the a trap that targets this card and destroys it. So yeah, these were like the big 3 fusions from back then, all of which from Legacy of Darkness, although this one's not the original print, although I should think that's kind of difficult to get. So I do this in attack point order usually. Kaminari attack. A very expensive common thanks to Thunder Dragons. So yeah, there's that. And then if I put this here, no, I'll introduce you to Guilty of the D-Knight, because why not? Then Metal Dragon will go here. Flame Swordsman, one of my favourite ever fusion monsters, because why not? 2 copies of Dark Fire Dragon, Cherubin the Fire Knight, Flame Ghost, Fusionist, and something that I acquired off Giorgio the other day, big thanks to him, Reaper on the Nightmare, a fusion of Spirit Reaper and Nightmare Horse. And this is a devastating fusion despite its attack points. Well, it has both effects combined basically. Can't be destroyed in battle, can attack directly. Wait, that is right, isn't it? Yeah, if it's targeted by a card effect, it gets destroyed, and like Spirit Reaper, when it attacks directly, I discard a random card from the opponent's hand. And finally, 3 copies of Thousand Eyes Restrict, the main fusion you want to bring out with Metamorphosis, and yeah, don't you just love all the rarities? It makes me cry. But because the secret ones have sentimental value, I'm going to see if I can pick up another secret rare at some point, although the problem is it's from the very first Master Collection, and cards from there are ridiculously expensive and hard to get, so yeah, good luck to me for that, but thankfully that's not really a priority right now. Alright, and there you have it. This is my GOAT format Dark Magician deck. I didn't play this particular deck too much back then. I mainly played a very bad GOAT format Dark Paladin deck, which had random cards and 1 copy of Dark Paladin. And I also played a warrior deck with Dark Magician thrown in, along with Jinzo, Vampire Lord, and Skill Drain. Yeah, very weird, I know. And the Skill Drain was only in there anyway to specifically counter BLS. Although I guess it would have helped against Horus level 8. Yeah, that's a name nobody's heard in donkey's years. Yeah, Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8. A devastating boss monster which has now been long forgotten about. Anyway, yeah, hope you liked it. If you did, like, comment, share and subscribe. I will be profiling my other active past format decks at some point, as well as my character decks, because I haven't profiled those on this channel yet. And yeah, catch you guys later. See ya.